be my guest.
So I just hit the record and it's recording right now. Welcome to my podcast. It doesn't have no name. It's probably a show. I don't know. I will come up with the name later.
Let me know.
Sure, as well. So, what's up? How have you been?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's been a while.
Yeah, when was the last time I saw you? It was exactly 10 months ago.
10 months ago.
Yeah, in the new year. And you really showed up at the time when I was in my lowest.
Wow.
In all human spheres. I'm serious. I had injured my hand. I had survived and what do I say? A tragedy after tragedy. And there was this, I had just came out of the surgery room, if you remember. You don't remember? My hand was...
Really?
Oh my god, you don't remember?
I have a weak memory, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so weak. When I was bringing stuff like tea and everything, I was doing all of it with one hand. How do you not remember?
I was so stuck in my world, I think.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about
I had already just found about the call, so I was obviously I couldn't see anything else but that topic. I don't remember a lot, It's not just your hand. Like I forget more, and I remember the stuff that's related. Like my memory, my attention shifted dramatically, so drastically that people are not used to, like this rapid changes. Like it's happening too fast.
How long has it been since you made its acquaintances?
The first time?
Yeah.
The first encounter?
Yeah.
I think it's exactly a year ago.
So it was like 2 months
before.
You were 2 months down the road when you met.
I were 2 months, like 1 month and a half, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a hell of a year. For sure.
For me as well. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I've been severely confined with the military service. I'm there.
So sorry to hear that.
During the week, and I only come home on the weekends. Right now I'm on a leave, and I can't wait before it's finished. I've been down the road for 16 months. And 6 more months remains, and I'm trying to cope with it, learn and try to figure out why I'm here, what is there to learn, and it's not giving me what I want, not even close, quite the opposite, but I've been really good at convincing myself that it's giving me not what I want, but what I need. I'm learning new things. I'm reaching more and more conclusions about things that were deeply rooted in my mind and system of beliefs, and it's just changing a lot about me dramatically, although it is not even close to what I imagined. My mid-20s be like. And yeah, it's a hell of an experience.
Tell me about it.
You see, about my system of beliefs, what I thought, what I was thinking about the world hereafter as a whole, and all of these things, it has totally changed, if not reversed. I don't know where to begin, honestly.
Tell me all about it.
Yeah, I think it's better if you set the ground, and then I will join you.
It's like we believe that in every day and age there is this man who is called the Imam of the time. It's so simple. God has a representative for every day and age, and it's, if you want God, there's a door. It's always open, it's never closed.
Yeah.
There's ways by which you can find that man, and once you find it, you imitate it, because that's the best example of God. You imitate that, just like we imitated Frank Underwood to learn English. Mm-hmm. Now we imitate this guy to learn God. Like it's much deeper, it's much vaster, it's much better and more beneficial. And he has a community. Yeah. Like it's everything on the ground. Like we're not talking about the hereafter. We're talking about this world, this place. Who is the governor? Who's going to be in charge of distribution of the wealth and the sustenance of all of the people? Who's going to lead us, the shepherd, so to speak? Okay, we need somebody to make the final saying, to make the final decision. And Aba Sadiq, peace be upon him, proved for me without a shadow of a doubt that he's that person, and I believe in him. So he's talking about everything, like pretty much everything that you had thought of, like me personally. I found it in his speeches and in his messages, in his lectures. It's just so beautiful, and so for me, like I'm just sharing my emotions, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to convince you.
No, I don't think you want to do that.
But because there's no compulsion in religion, like he equates believing with understanding. Like you can't believe unless you understand. If you don't understand, you can't believe, and believing is understanding. They're the same thing. So if you don't understand it, you can't believe in it. I understand Aba Sadiq, you know what I mean? I understand him, and his language speaks to me, and it resonates with me deeply. But yeah, this is the core thing. And there's one God, Muhammad, all the prophets and the messengers. He was the messenger of him, and he had successors. Ali ibn Abi Talib was the first. I love Ali ibn Abi Talib. You know, I adore the character. Obviously, he was better than Abu Bakr and Umar. Like the comparison is obvious. Like they can't be compared. You know what I mean? And so God wanted to emphasize on this point that hey, there's this man who is going to be oppressed by his enemies. You know, there's this man called Ali ibn Abi Talib. Okay.
Yeah.
In every day and age, there is somebody like Ali ibn Abi Talib who's against somebody like Omar. You know what I mean?
You see,
and I don't
if
want
I may
to.
interrupt you.
Yeah, you can interrupt. This is my religious.
You jumped into the most advanced things about the whole thing.
Okay.
Let's just set the ground. Okay. Let's imagine I have no idea. Okay. It's like, you know, because I have seen people like that. People who don't come from religious families. People who come from purely atheist parents and
background.
Yeah. And when you ask them about God, they're like confused. Like, what do you mean? It's like, it is what it is. Like, is there a fact? I mean, what are you talking about? So let's just set the ground for such audience, right? So I want you to start from the ABCs. Like, let's talk about that, because I think that is where we find the common ground.
Like, everybody, like, people, I don't know about proving that there is a God. I thought about it. And I don't know if you can bring any sort of evidence for anybody other than like wishing that God shows and reveals himself for them.
That's a good point.
He's so much evident and obvious that he exists. Like
no, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
you know, there is a programmer for this program.
It's
right?
It's this universe that's just functioning. It's
like you're not supposed to take too much of salt, so you just can't do it because it's too salty. You're supposed to take like a bigger proportion of like other type of food, and you can easily eat them. Like your body, right? Like accepts it's like the right amount. It's like when you're thirsty, you drink water. All of your body is like dehydrated. You start drinking water. The water is still there. It hasn't reached the places that need water and are sending signals to the brain, but the brain says that's enough, right? So it's like there is a creator because it is just too fucking systematic. Everything is just too precise to ignore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like significantly everything adds up, right? in the nature. Like it's like looking at it from the nature's
like nothing
perspective.
can create this. It's impossible. Like how can nothing be so advanced and so conscious and so responsive? Like it's the karma thing. Like it's just the evidence for the existence of God. And beyond that, beyond just your perception and your understanding of how the universe works and the laws of physics or other stuff, the spiritual ones. We have the evidence introduced by the prophets and the messengers, which I hold those evidence and that kind of evidence to such a high regard that I think that if you open your heart and go through the holy scriptures, whatever prophet that you can get your hands on, if it's Socrates, if it's Aristotle, if it's like Plato, you got Lao Tzu, you got Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have Jesus, you got Moses, Abraham, like all these names and their legacies and their stories. There's so much wisdom and so much evidence in their characters.
What if someone says it's all made up? It's like, I don't buy it, it's made up.
Exactly. That's why we believe that if there is a God, it is logical that he has a living representative.
Why?
That's because he can. Because either he talks to you directly, either he takes his stance, clearly in front of everybody, or he has a representative. And I can't tell you that Quran was revealed exactly, or the Torah or the Gospels were revealed exactly as we have it today. But I can understand. I can believe in the existence of Jesus or Muhammad. They existed based on the countless evidence that are too much to ignore.
But you see,
they were people that had so much impact on the history of mankind and the way that they lived, that like I believe in them. Like I choose to believe in them. When you say
evidence, I believe you mean reports from the past.
Reports, exactly. But not just the Quran. You see, in Shia narration we have, like I didn't investigate Christianity, but in my case, in Shia Islam we have 14 characters. Like it's a group of people that went through different stories. One was the Prophet Muhammad. He was sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was 40 when he claimed to be a prophet. So he lived for 40 years, and his entire project, look at their project and their legacy and what's left. It was 23 years. And that's a pretty damn big result for somebody who just worked on a project for 23 years. And he introduced in so many occasions, and the evidence is also too much to ignore, 12 successors after him who would come after him. And the first of which would be Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. And let's put aside all of the other imams, the other 11 imams. Let's just focus on Ali ibn Abi Talib. Okay? This man, this magnificent piece of existence, this indescribable, there's no word that I can describe what I saw and experienced with this man.
Please, let's just first set a rule.
People need to. I'm sorry. To finish it.
Sorry to interrupt you.
I'm so sorry because this needs to be emphasized that there are narrations, there are sayings that are attributed to this man. Okay, you want to investigate the man. You don't have his voice. You don't have his tone. You don't have his shape. You don't have his figure. You don't have access to a lot of him. Okay, there's nothing other than some words that are detached from their intonation and the way they were expressed. Okay, they're just empty words. You go through that part, like it's like 10% of him, and this or even less. But this, let's say 10% of him, is so big, and if you look at it, you're gonna be drowned. You're gonna be like, you can't breathe if you.
I know
if you
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about. I've been there.
You've been there. You read his words.
I've been impressed by them.
It's like they're weird. They're weird. They're magical. They're weird.
What if I tell you, when I read them, I was impressed because they gave supporting evidence after supporting evidence. Supporting idea after supporting idea for what I have already accepted, and it just gave me comfort after comfort. You see, this is so not objective. You know what I'm saying? It's like you merely...
You already made up your mind about it, and you read it, and that's why it seems so convincing.
That has been my experience.
It's definitely, you know, if you already believe in the text, you know, it helps a lot with connecting to the soul, to the meaning behind that text. If you don't believe in it, and if you think it's wrong, or it can be wrong, or what if it's wrong? You know, if you have that kind of feeling, you're not gonna experience it fully, I think. But the good thing about the divine is that you believe in it, and it's real, and you connect, even if the word is not correct, even if the report is not the same as the word is not the same as the word of Ali ibn Abi Talib. There's this true word, there's this true meaning behind this word, that if you just connect through the words, and the words get you closer to the meaning, and then you let the mind do the rest, and connect to the soul behind that word, and it's my understanding, obviously. But I'm saying that's how the holy books and the holy texts work. For me, what made me believe in the whole thing was the story of these 14 infallibles. Like I couldn't see a reason, like I couldn't see this as a coincidence that those 14 brilliant minds and brilliant characters accidentally happened to be in a society where they would bury their daughters alive, and they would kill one another for nothing, for tribal, you know, whatevers. But these people, they were profound. There's so much wisdom packed into their words. There's so much, like I learned English because of the words, because of one word of Ali ibn Abi Talib. قَلِيلٌ مَدُومٌ عَلَيْهِ خَيْرٌ مِنْ كَثِيرٍ مَلُولٍ مِنْ. The little that you do with consistency is better than a lot that tires you, that bores you. Yeah. So do little.
The fastest way is the slowest way.
Yeah, is the slowest or the most consistent. So this is wisdom. This is wisdom, and so many other things. Like this is for me. Like you have to investigate for yourself. If you're looking for God, there are doors that are open. You can't just make up your mind about God and think that that's the true God. And that's one thing that Ali ibn Abi Talib says. Everything that you understand it to be God, that thing is not God. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you understood God at any turn, at any point in your existence, whatever kind of existence that you had, because that existence cannot be perceived. That one entity that is the power and the energy behind it all, there's nothing that can describe that power. There's nothing. Okay, Ali ibn Abi Talib, with all of his mind, with all of the power, like he says, I'm bunyanul bayan. I'm the foundation of expression. Okay, and he is the creator of expression. Like he's the bayan in its full manifestation, and he's like unable to describe this God that we want to find out about.
Does he himself claim that he has understood what God is?
He says nothing can understand him, and he says there are close angels to God alongside his throne, like the highest of the highest, and they know nothing except what God allows them to understand. Like imagine being so close to God, but you don't know nothing, because you can't comprehend you can't be him. You can't be the one entity. Only he is the one who knows what he is. You know.
You see, Ale, it's my brother.
It's okay.
Sadro bia tu.
سلام، چطوری؟ حالت خوبه؟ مرسی عزیزم، محبت کردی. قربونت برم، حالت خوبه؟ مرسی عزیزم.
So Persian manners, here you are.
Thank you so much.
Sorry that, I can make some space here if you want to put them here.
It's okay.
We will have them.
Okay, it's okay.
Just feel at home.
I'm at home.
Yeah.
I want to have a cup of tea. You want some?
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
It's yours. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having me.
It's okay.
So you see, you're talking from the point of view of someone who's an insider, right? It's like I've already accepted it. I enter the realm. Whatever story you tell me, I believe. Okay, that's the insider.
I don't fact check, really.
Yeah, that's what insiders do. It's like, I trust you as my friend. I would do whatever you say. Even if sometimes it just makes no sense, I trust you. That is when trust means something, right? So, but first it should be, confirmed. It's like I first should be convinced that this is what I want to do compared to my other options. And then I'm all in, right? And I should be ready to walk away whenever the devil shows himself, so to speak, right?
You can perceive in so many ways. Some people perceive with their senses, with their physical ones. Some perceive with their minds, with their logic, and everybody can perceive with their heart as well.
What do you say about?
And in my case, I can't be that logical about God. You know what I mean? Because I realize that my heart also can perceive, and it is it's a different kind of perception totally, and it works. It gives and it receives. It responds. It's a functioning element of human beings that can understand, and in the narrations of Muhammad and the family of Muhammad it mentions that you can understand God with your heart. The only place inside of you that can understand God, that can be a house of God, is your heart. And it's one of the most weird pieces of existence. And so for me, because I wasn't like this philosopher type of they go read different books and try to make it make sense. I understand the order, I understand the cosmos, and I see that it's functioning. For me, it's working. It's conscious, and it's every second that it exists, for me it's an evidence of the existence of its source, which is God.
Yeah.
Okay, because something has to give it existence, because otherwise it wouldn't have been existed, or it wouldn't be existing. So that's for me, and I perceived God with my heart. I didn't have it touched my heart. It was definitely, I'm not saying that it doesn't make any sense. Obviously their ideology and their knowledge, for me, it makes total sense, and their method, the way that they want to operate, the supremacy of God thing, that we believe that in every day and age there is this man who's who God is going to veil behind, and who's going to take as a veil, and that person is God's representative. There's this imam in every day and age. I understand this, and there has to be appointment through a will or through public means. You have to appoint this one. Nobody can claim that they're God's representatives. Nobody can rise under the name of religion unless they're appointed by God. So these non-working scholars, they're all out. This thing for me makes sense, and it also touches my heart. And you have to, if you want to investigate this thing, you have access to the existing material of the previous prophets and the messengers and the successors of them. For example, Ali ibn Abi Talib, the Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, etc. You have the example of Aba Sadiq in this day and age, who's claiming to be in the will of the Prophet Muhammad and who's a living example of those previous prophets and the messengers. He's a messenger of God, although he claims to be a messenger of al-Mahdi, but he's by proxy, he's one of those messengers. He's one of those people that has a particular mission, and that comes with a message, and that has a character. He's tolerant. He has a community, that contains every color, that contains every country, that contains that includes LGBTQ and all kinds of different weird people, or crazy people like me. It gives opportunity to everybody. It just cracks the door wide open to everybody. Okay.
Well, isn't that the way Muhammad appeared the first time?
Absolutely.
It's like
he
when
came
he first
with
came.
a message of humanity comes first, freedom of belief, freedom of speech, and rulership belongs to God, ownership belongs to God. These are the foundation of his religion, and he's the only one who's actually claiming this.
But didn't he add to the restrictions as he gained power?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like
it's like God has a final will. God wants you to live in a certain way. God wants everything to become like him. Even this seemingly dead matter has to evolve to become more like God. And certainly we have the potential to become like God. All right?
How so?
How so? We have soul, we have mind, and
but if we don't understand God, how can we be like him?
That's the job of Aba Sadiq. That's exactly his job, to make you. And he has in the series of the Hall of the Mysteries, he has this new series which is pertaining to the Hermes, the Corpus Hermeticum, and he's basically going through the lectures and the teachings and the writings of Hermes, which is related to Enoch and Idris, and he's one of those like deep prophets, and he's talking about the nature of existence, the cosmos, the stars, the universe, God creates eternity, eternity creates cosmos, cosmos creates time, and time creates becoming, and so we're in that becoming. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
And so you wanna understand where exactly you're at. He gives you the map, and he talks about the nature of God, the nature of the cosmos, the difference between you and the cosmos, and how you can become the cosmos. And then this is these steps that you have to elevate to become like God. For example, you change, but God doesn't change. You know what I mean? God, so many things happen inside of God, but God doesn't move. It doesn't affect God. So if things happen inside of you or outside of you that causes conflict, but if you stay, if you want to answer, you can answer it. For sure.
Sorry, I should pick it up.
It's okay.
سلام علیکم. حال شما خوب هستین؟ آره آقا بعد قولی کردی یا من 8 اومدم نبودی. تا ساعت چند هستید شما؟ خب من الان مهمون دارم دیگه، تا 11 فکر نکنم بتونم بیام.
It's okay. Wanna go?
دیگه 11 مثلا اون موقع. اشکال نداره میام. اشکال نداره. باش. چشم. ممنونم. خدا نگهدار. خواهش میکنم. اختیار داری. متشکرم خودت.
Yeah, and I can't really summarize these last like 12 to 15 videos of his, in which he talks about God and the nature of the universe. I just gave you a taste of. He talks about all the layers in depth. You know what I mean? And so he talks to you about God, and he tells you how to become like God. One of the titles is the practical steps to become more like God. And he tells you the door of becoming a prophet is open, and you can become a prophet. Here are the things that you need to do. Imagine somebody's showing on YouTube and it says, "Hey, do you want to be a prophet?" And these are the things that you should do. It's weird for sure. We haven't seen such a thing, and so you got to give it time. You got to process it in order for you to be able to understand it.
You see, if something represents the supernatural, right? It has to come with a sign. Like, if it comes with like a number of stories that just add up, just like the Marvel movies. You see, there has been made countless number of movies that are just immaculate, flawless. Everything makes sense. Just because everything makes sense in that movie, guess what? it doesn't mean it's real. You see, it's just something that it's like I did a math in the form of happenstances. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep going where is for the insiders. You know, it's like let's start from the basics. I should first accept the basics, right?
What is the basic?
I know this world is, you know, in order. It's like there's physics, everything makes sense, okay, in the nature, from the atoms to like the whole universe, okay, everything makes sense, okay. I already know that, okay. If you entitle that to God or to something, it doesn't mean because this statement is true and I know that I should accept the other thing. It's just not scientific, it's just not logical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I want to know is that have you ever like doubted it and have tried to like find evidence against it? It's like, you know, I read somewhere that when you believe in something, then read 10 books about those who like oppose it, those who disagree with it. If you still agreed with this, you accept it. You know what I'm saying? So there has been some things in my life. It's like I had this coach back in my early teenager times. There was this coach. We worshipped the dude. You see, he was just so shining. He was like shining all the time. I can't just say how good he was at pretending to be the god of the field. You know what I'm saying? But when we got more advanced, we still believed in him. When I kept losing in the fights, I still believed in him, okay? I lost belief when I started doubting and like analyzing him objectively. You see, it's like, okay, he told me this didn't happen, why do I believe in this guy? Only based on the like the statements and the claims that he makes. It's like, what are the results? I can't touch the results. You see, if I tell you I come from a land of gold, I should hand you some gold. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got them from there. If you trust me now, let's go there.
Okay.
I make your life good first. Okay, I bring prosperity.
Okay.
You want more, follow me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, when I read or hear from other people who disagree with Islam or the religion about how they appeared, it's like how they invaded Iran, the things they did, it's like I don't want to name them because it's not safe to name them, okay, but the most adored and worshipped characters that we thought were the representatives of God, other parties say and have evidence like
we don't
books
know
and reports that they did the most cruel and dirty things.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you believe in the exact opposite of what I believe in, according to the reports from the past that you have that make sense, just like I do. It's like we both are told different stories.
Yeah.
It's like, now I don't know to believe you or to believe this one, but when I research and analyze the people who like believe the Islam or religion as a whole, I'm like inclined to believe those people who don't believe the disbelievers. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way you believed in something is the same way you disbelieve in it. It's
exactly.
Like if
you're doing the same thing, you're coming up with opposite results.
Yeah, obviously. You know, the process of disbelief.
The process is the same. Is the process of believing.
Yes, exactly. The process of disbelief was like exactly the same as the process of believing for me.
I know. I know.
So it's like, how do we explain that? It's like we have some people who disagree with what we say, who are the disbelievers, the opposite of everything we stand for, right? And they have the same sources. But it's like,
I really don't know if there is like one sentence to say to give people hope that, hey, there might be a God and you might have a representative.
No, I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about those people who play God without permission.
Well, those people are like, if somebody's just coming and telling you, hey, I'm a scholar of religion, I'm God's representative, I issue fatwa or just take homes or whatever.
It's like, I know a lot more than you.
This is like, this is, I don't consider it seriously, to be honest with you. I used to when I was a kid. Obviously, we live in a religious city, but not after I was 20. Like, I came out of Islam when I was 16. Like, not to disbelieve in God, but I was undecided, and I remained in that mood for until I reached 20. And after I was 20, I read some books from Ali Safai, and so his he made me think about Islam again. And then I went through the story of the Shia, the narrative of Shia, and I believed in it. I was like, this makes sense. This can't be made up. Especially the last words of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in Ashura. They took everything from him, everything that they could take. And he knew that after they're going to take his life, they were going to invade his family, and they were going to be taken, and bad things will happen to them. And he said those words, رِزًا بِغَزَائِكَ تَسْلِيمًا لَأَمْرِكَ لَا مَعْبُودَ سِوَاكَ, to be satisfied with your fate, with your I don't know how to translate it, to be submissive to your command or your matter, and there's nothing to worship other than you. This is, for me, the power that gives Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam the power to say those words. For me, even if that report is a lie, it's a lie for me that I don't think it's a lie. Like, I can live with that sentence. I can understand that it happened. Nobody can be that genius and that like sincere in his lying to create such a drama, to put that final word inside of that one person.
No, I didn't say they're lying.
This whole thing of Ali ibn Abi Talib, the conflict between Abu Bakr and Umar, and this whole mess of the Muslim nations, all things you can see that how the followers of Jesus and Muhammad are doing crazy stuff that Muhammad and Jesus didn't preach in the holy books that exist today, and it's available for everybody. You know what I mean? It's so like the evidence was for the existence of ignorance, and the evidence for the existence of the devil, something that exists that doesn't allow these people to understand the text that's in front of them.
Yeah.
And that for me is the evidence of the existence of the God.
Yeah.
That these texts claim it exists. You know what I mean? The text says, "Inni ja'alun fil ardi khalifa." I'm the one who's making a caliph in the land. So, and the likes of Abu Bakr and Umar, they're not okay. They're like, don't take from these people. In Sunni narrations, in Shia narrations, we have Umar saying that the Prophet was hallucinating on the night of his passing. And you're like, what? And how did Muslims fall into the mistake of taking Umar and taking Abu Bakr as their caliph, and not take Ali ibn Abi Talib as their caliph, when there's so much difference between these two people. Like, you cannot compare. There's no, we have one page from Umar, 10 pages of narrations from Umar, and we have volumes after volumes from Ali ibn Abi Talib.
Yeah.
And those 10 pages of Umar, it says in it, لَوْلَا عَلِي لَهَلَكَ Umar. If it wasn't for Ali, Umar would have been destroyed. Then أَغَمَ النِّسَاءَ أَنْ يَلِدَّ بِمِثْلِ عَلِي ibn Abi Talib. Women cannot give birth to somebody like Ali ibn Abi Talib. They're just unable. He's such a star that we cannot reach him, even when he was a caliph. And they hated him so much. And the daughter of the Prophet was killed 6 months after the passing of the Prophet, and Umar was responsible, and he was angry at Abu Bakr. These evidences that exist in Sunni narrations and Shia narrations. because Sunnis oppose Ali ibn Abi Talib. Sunnis oppose the narrative of Shia, but they have in there reports that confirm the narrative of Shia to a T. And that thing, that conflict, is a point that you need to focus on. You need to emphasize. There was a real conflict over power. There was a message that was corrupted. There was the original intention of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was his plan for the nation. There was his method. There was the way he was supposed to operate. He was supposed to unite all mankind behind the supremacy of God and the banner of God, and God was to be revealed for everybody. The doors were supposed to be wide open for everybody. But now it's like there's this conflict, and Hussein and Hassan, who were dear to the Prophet, are killed. Ali ibn Abi Talib is killed by a Muslim. And there's this conflict with Ali ibn Abi Talib and the wife of the Prophet, Aisha, and Muawiyah, and like these characters. It's, for me, these stories, and the difference obviously that Ali ibn Abi Talib has with all of the other characters, his narrative and his words, for me proves, and for somebody else it might be the word of Jesus, for somebody else it might be a dream, for somebody else it might be a little small sign that he sees on the street, a little smile of somebody, it might be a smell of the flowers or the color of the sky. You know, everything is God. Practically everything can be a sign of God. Everything can speak to you on behalf of God. You just need to,
on behalf of the Creator,
on behalf of the one that has the power to speak through everything.
So what about the children who are born with cancer? You know, the old argument.
We have explanations.
There's so much suffering. You know?
Yeah, there's so much suffering, and Aba Sadiq alayhi salam, I don't want to get into the details, but he responds to this. He tackles this issue wonderfully. Oh. He speaks. He explains it. It's a deep conversation, really. It's like it's a few hours in talking to you about how God originally intended everything and how He made deal with His co-creators, so to speak, the ones He gave power to, and He gave you freedom. You wanted freedom of will, for example. And so this is the result of your, for example, decision in a previous life. You agreed upon a contract. You shook hands with God, for example, let's imagine. And you agreed that, hey, I'm going to take this test. I'm going to be a part of this. Let's do it, okay? I want to be closer to you. You got that one closer. I want to be as close to him. And he said, okay, your position is right. You said, no, I want to be closer. I'm going to prove to you. And you came to this deal. I'm not saying this is the only version or this is the only reason why we're here and why there's so much suffering going on. But it is, trust me, it is explained in great detail, and there's so much wisdom behind it. But one of the episodes that Aba Sadiq says is that when there's suffering, God cannot be, or good cannot be. The nature of God is good. God is the only thing that is good. And when there is suffering, it means that there's no God. God is not here, because if He was here, nobody would suffer.
Yeah,
He doesn't want suffering.
The source of suffering is disorder and chaos, right? It's like when something doesn't work properly, there is chaos there's a lack of order. So we say that God is the everything behind order, right? He gives order to everything. He's like the agent, so to speak. So when someone is sick, or even in their mom's belly, something goes wrong, something doesn't add up, it's like something is taken out of order, something chaotic happens. You see, that's the logic behind it, okay? Now, when he says that when there is disorder or chaos somewhere, it shows the lack of order, that makes sense. I understand that, okay? But here's the thing. I, for one, have gone through a lot of suffering, right? It's like, I believe it's not comparable. It's like what I go through cannot be compared to what you go through. It's like, it's like I get 10 shots of a chemical that my body is immune to it, okay? And you get one shot of it and you're close to death. I cannot make fun of you, say like you're weak, I'm strong. No, it has to do with my background, like biologically,
fire and water.
mentally.
Maybe we're different.
We have
nature.
different personalities, different body types, and a lot of things. A lot of things are going on. It's like I have this suffering. My suffering has brought me like close to losing my sanity. It would have not done any damage to anyone else, but it has done me this damage. You know what I'm saying? So when I say suffering, I have gone through disorder. I mean, in relation to, according to who I was, according to how weak or unprepared or let's say not ready for that I was. Okay, how I was like preconditioned to get damaged by that, right? It's like I have this trauma, something I hear it's like brings me close to death. It has no effect on anyone else. Okay, so that's my stance when it comes to talking about suffering. Okay, so I go through suffering, nothing makes sense, it's totally chaotic. I live totally the opposite of everything I wanted, in spite of having made like heroic sacrifices to get what I wanted, and I got the opposite of that. Okay, so I go through that suffering, I believe, to get what I need, not to get what I want, right? It's like that picture there, okay, that was like the dream of my teen years, okay? It's
Beautiful.
like I wasn't a morning person, but there had been times when I woke up and went to YouTube, started watching that, it's like those videos for hours, and I was smiling. And the reality hit me when I realized I can never have that at this age. It's like where I live, it's impossible to have that, okay? No, I would do anything, but I know it can't happen, right? So it happened, it came at, the lesson I got, the understanding I got, the depth it lived in my character came at that price, right? So I believe God, it's totally personal. I don't want to inflict it on anyone else, okay? I don't say it's like you should believe in it, no, it's totally personal. I believe that God put that suffering there in the first place. God took the risk with me, okay, put me in that position to just be destroyed, and a new me just is born. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's like that night when I was feeling like this, that version of me died. You know what I'm saying? It's like if that version was alive, I wouldn't go about my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like that version of me, it died, it's dead. It's like many versions of me died after many sufferings and different things that happened to me, right? And I am the product of those lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's like just in a game, you die with whatever the HP and health. When you enter the game again, this is a new one. It has like no damage, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I believe the chaos is made by God, the good is made by God, and this is my argument. The most important thing in this world is guidance. It's like I'm in a game all of a sudden.
Exactly.
So you see, yeah.
Because when suffering happens, you can bypass that. You can make it not function, not have an effect on you. You can skip the suffering if you're truly connected with God.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, it's not going to make you feel bad. You can learn your lesson. God, if God allowed for suffering to take place, mm-hmm. He also gave you the cure. He also gave you his hand, and I think, okay, I'm sorry, go on.
No problem.
But I
just give supporting idea. Yeah.
But I think it,
So with all of these set as an introduction to set the ground, now I believe I'm in the middle of a game. I have no idea what's going on. The most important thing to me is guidance, right?
Yeah.
So we are intelligent creatures. Most of us aren't. Most of us don't think. I believe most of people just go about their lives not thinking about anything, right? It's like they say prayers 5 times a day. They put in a significant amount of their lives, time, energy, and resources into something that they are told and have not investigated. We have the evidence. There are people who believe in bullshit. It's like there are people who believe in things that don't exist. They worship a cow, only based on a story that they have been told. They have not investigated. So
and I'm saying their intuition and their own interpretation of things.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying now, when at this market of life, if the most important thing is guidance and everyone is after guidance, it's like he who provides a map is most in demand. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, the problem,
beautifully.
Yeah, the problem is that all of them talk about somewhere beyond our horizon. It's like, we're in this room, okay? It's like you want to get out of this room, you don't know how, but one day it's only a matter of time before you go out, okay? Some people say you don't know what happens when you go out. Someone comes to you, gives you some stories, and you know for real that no one has gone out of the door and come back. You just hear stories. It's very natural. It's a very natural trait of human beings to just share stories and add to the story the story just works. It's like I tell you a story, you like the story, you tell it to someone else, you just skip the parts that don't make sense. So, it's like naturally the story gets refined as it goes through people. You know what I'm saying? And in the first place, it's grounded on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is all my own system of beliefs. Okay, I have not copied anyone or anything. This is just my logic thinking. Okay, I'm in the game. Now, there's someone outside this. There's something going on or nothing going on outside this room. Everyone wants to know that. Now, someone comes and says, guys, there is fire outside the door, okay, on the other side. And you need to give me a part of your, the water that you're being given on a regular basis for me to bring there to put out that fire. You know what I'm saying? So I say, I don't believe in your bullshit. I'm not giving you any of my water, okay? But other people are doing it. So let's say he needs 100 gallons monthly, okay? 1 month, it's like the water comes, it's like everyone has less water than usual. They give all of their water, okay? Still they are short of 1 gallon. I have 10 gallons. And I would be just fine if I gave out 1 gallon. You know what I'm saying? So here, I would be the worst enemy of the whole crowd. I'm talking about something psychological. If I don't give out this 1 gallon. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, here is what I do. I say, I don't believe in your bullshit, but I give the 1 gallon. Okay? Now, this is what some people call the priest's trap. What is the priest's trap? It just wants to get from you
that 1 gallon.
That 1 gallon. He wants to make you psychologically
most sensitive case ever to make you want to offer.
Yeah, you become psychologically invested. Yeah,
yeah.
And it's very difficult to fight against that. You know what I'm saying?
So your conscience goes against you. You feel guilty.
Yeah, everybody hates you for decades.
You lose your whatever friends.
Yeah, everybody hates you for decades because you are giving no water, you're not contributing to it, and they demonize and alienate you. Now you give 1 gallon, you become the hero, right? You're like, I still don't believe in it. You're now among them. By and by, they will infect you with their story. So you see, he said this story, it makes sense. It's like the temperature went up, now the temperature is down. How do I know that person doesn't have the access to the regulator? You know what I'm saying? I don't know and I can't know, okay? So right now I believe in that story with 1 gallon, okay? This is now my fate to either kill what I created with investing or forget about it, okay? Let's just say I contribute 1 gallon every month, okay? After 10 months, in total, I have contributed 10 gallons, okay? He tells me this month, we are like even further short of water and you need to contribute like 3 gallons. I'm like, I'm not doing that, but I've already spent 10 gallons. You know what I'm saying? So to save the 10 gallons, I just contribute 3 gallons. You see, this is the priest trap. This is the sacrifice ideology. It's like you start sacrificing and you make sacrifices. You believe in what you believe in. This is like psychological and scientific. You believe in what you believed in to the exact degree of the sacrifices that you have made. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now I believe in that, okay? It will take me, it's just a story. You know what I'm saying? Now, Carl Jung says...
In my case, it was the exact opposite, because I had already invested so much in my projects that believing in Aba Sadiq meant giving up a lot.
Yeah.
Giving up, for me,
it's too general what I'm saying.
For me, it was, in my case, believing in Aba Sadiq, it wasn't like a walk in the park, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it took months to investigate. I went through a lot of fights. I had to give up my projects. For one of them, I'm absolutely happy because I was working on the words of Imam Ali with some scholars of religion that Aba Sadiq guided me, and it made the whole project I think much better because I already narrated and did the voiceover, and it's just narrations of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam now. It's not, no interpretation is added, not my interpretation, not theirs. So it's just a report, and so I think it's I'm gonna thank the rest of my life. I'm gonna thank Aba Sadiq for the rest of my existence, just because I didn't destroyed this project by adding interpretations of fallible human beings. I'm sorry. But in other projects, for example, I had worked on some movies scripts for my feature films. I had to give them up. I was working on MLM network marketing. Gave that up. I'm in the process of giving up my students and giving them to other teachers, better teachers, hopefully. And I'm not trying to make money. I even want to give and offer all my courses for free. And I have already recorded the video in which I'm saying that, hey, Aba Sadiq taught me that if you want to receive from God, you have to give. In any way, shape or form you want to receive, you have to give in that exact shape or form. You know what I mean? I want God to forgive me without due process, without due diligence. I don't want him to process me. So I have to forgive without processing. I have to forgive without...
I understand that.
So the way you want God to treat you, you treat others. So I want God to give me from His knowledge, I give my knowledge. So this is the most logical thing now, according to my belief that I have learned from Aba Sadiq alayhi salam, is to teach everybody for free for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be good. That's what I learned, and that's going to be my religion now. Obviously, there's this website.
Do they appreciate it when you give it out?
It doesn't matter. He's giving the best knowledge for free. Nobody appreciates it. You watch his YouTube videos and the amount of views that he gets. Each video, it's 5,000 to 10,000. It averages 10,000 views, in the best case scenario. So, and his enemies that are bullshitting people on a daily basis, they get millions on a daily basis. So people choose to watch whatever they want to watch. You know what I mean? It's not that if they pay they're going to do it. I have a lot of students that have paid me, but they're unhappy. They're like, hey, I paid you, but I didn't go through the courses. And I'm like, it's not my fault. But I should give it for free so that it removes the excuse from the people. You want to learn English? There's this course for free. You want to do it? It's it's the best course ever. Take it if you want to. And if you don't want to take it, you can't take it. But people think that I'm one of those people that sells packages, and so they don't reach out to me even though they desperately want to learn from me. I wanna like inform them that all my courses are free, and I wanna make that on my bio, and I wanna publish this idea, this whole thing, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I learned it from my father. He convinced me. I had the idea, and one of the other things, I'm sorry to interrupt while we're at it.
Go ahead.
He just released this video about the fact that our thoughts, whatever they are, bad or good, they're coming from outside of us. God created the cosmos, and the cosmos is filled with ideas. Every idea that you get, every scenario, every movie, everything that comes to anybody's mind, it's already outside of the universe. Okay, and the ideas exist in the universe. And we just receive these ideas. If you purify yourself, God gives ideas at a much less frequency. He gives less ideas but deeper and longer. But devils and demons or daemons or other entities, they give at a much higher frequency, and their ideas are shorter. They're not that deep. And so the only thing that you got to do is not to try to figure it out, it's just to connect now. And you purify your receivers, you cleanse your receivers, so to speak. These are my interpretations. These are my interpretation.
Yeah.
But what I understand is that, hey, I don't have to think anymore. I just have to focus. I just have to try to receive better and ask better and hope better. And so, these are one of the things, because the script that I had worked on before I met Aba Sadiq was exactly about Aba Sadiq. I wrote a script, a trilogy about a lawyer who sues every single person on the planet Earth, and then he sues God. He files a lawsuit against God.
Sounds familiar.
That's my best script. And he sues God in the pursuit of taking down the scholars of religion, because he hates them speaking on behalf of God, and he puts the holy scriptures as God's lawyer when God is sitting on the chair, and you can't, obviously there's nobody, and there's a script, and he interprets the script in any way, shape or form that he wants to convince that, hey, your script says you shouldn't talk. And you can prove that through the script you can prove anything, basically. And in order to shut them down, he had to fight in the apparent against God. And so in the third episode we find out in the prison, in the process, that he's going to be executed because he obviously, and because of his background, I wanted to make it emotional, because of his character, they wanted to somehow kill him. And then we find out that he's absolutely religious. He's a religious person. He believes in God, but he just doesn't want them to talk about God. He believes in the unity of mankind, and he hates division so much that he does this. And so the material that Aba Sadiq gives and the arguments that I wanted for that court, I was to go through the Bible, go through the Torah, go through the Quran, and find out about the different beliefs of different religions and different sects inside of these religions. These are all mentioned in his lectures, and I already have my dialogues inside of my head. If I ever have the chance to make that script, make it come alive. But
God willing.
God willing. And I have the actors now in the UK, the place to shoot the movie. Everything is I wanted to do it 10 years from now. It's I can do it tomorrow if I'm there. It's weird.
Cool. That's amazing. You see, we can go at length and in depth about hell of a lot of things when it comes to talking about belief systems and everything. What this guy says, what the other one says. Jordan Peterson says that his book is right behind you, the first one.
Wow, this famous one. 12 rules for life. This 12 numbers. I love it.
An antidote to chaos.
You read it all? Yeah, it's
twice.
Highlighted twice. You learned a lot, obviously.
Absolutely. It gave
It
me
has
food
to be.
for
It's gotta be a gorgeous. Like it's gotta be a deep book.
Yeah, try one of the highlights. Read them out loud.
Sure. When something goes wrong, even perception itself must be questioned, along with evaluation, thought, and action. And you know, did this drawing to
now
make
read
it,
that part.
Yeah, and now we're reading this part. This is difficult, but the difficulty is not relevant because the alternative is worse.
Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it. Can I do another one?
No problem.
Don't hide baby monsters under the carpet.
Oh my god.
They will flourish.
Yeah.
They will grow large in the dark. Then, when you least expect it, they will jump out and devour you.
Yeah, read it one more time.
Do you like it?
Yeah. You got it the first time?
There was the script that says, that's how you devour a whale, Doug. One bite at a time.
Mhm.
One bite at a time. This is how I remember. Just reminded me of that line. Don't hide baby monsters under the carpet. They will flourish. They will grow large in the dark. Then, when you least expect it, they will jump out and devour you.
Yeah.
Courageous and truthful words will render your reality simple. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce this one?
Pristine.
Pristine?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, if something is pristine, it's very neat and organized. It represents order.
Order.
Like a pristine garden.
Well-defined and habitable.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Pristine, well-defined, and
Yeah.
habitable. Yeah. So anyway, Jordan Peterson says...
Sorry.
No problem. I was happy you did that. You welcomed the book. Thanks for that.
Sure.
Yeah. He says the purpose of reading a book is not to learn. The purpose, the primary purpose of reading a book is to learn how to think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's food for thought. Obviously.
It changes everything.
Even the myth, Aba Sadiq says, you don't gotta question the source or the origin, whether it's real or not.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta think about it and process it.
Yeah. You can never know.
You can
It's like this happened or
you
didn't.
can never know.
You can never
You
know.
can never know.
Yeah. It's like so. This has been my experience that when I'm reading a book, it's like other than like receiving what he's saying, I'm observing how he's thinking, how he's like conceptualizing and making arguments. It's like I'm looking at a human being thinking, connecting the dots based on his data, right? So not only this way I receive the information better, but also I can just connect it to and associate it to what I already know, compare and contrast and refine one side. You know, it's like I believe this story, this is bullshit, so I'm not gonna like accept it, but now I'm more immune to bullshit. Right now I'm a better bullshit detector, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or the opposite, I believed in this.
You get used to the bullshit, you can't recognize, you can't distinguish between bullshit and fact.
That's the key. You see, that's
You just take bullshits all the time.
I've seen people like that. You know, they
Definitely.
You know, I know someone who reads book after book. He reads books after books. He's like this, like he just swallows content, okay, in the books. I'm telling you. and when I talk to
and
him,
they don't understand it.
And they
have you like?
It's like when you talk to them, okay.
They haven't processed anything. It's like they're empty of guidance.
Yeah, that's the importance of processing. You know, it's like I receive really something.
You gotta understand it.
Yeah, it's like I receive something to make something out of it. It's like I give you brick, you should make a house with it, right? It's like no, I just don't want the sun to hurt me.
You just see the brick and then throw it out. It's like you didn't do anything with it. I stack the bricks, okay, on one side that the sun rises,
and then sudden goes the other side. It's like I want more bricks. You know what I'm saying? This is this is the error of information receiving without processing them. Without
exactly. You're not placing them where they should be.
Now the opposite is when I have accepted something, taken it as a fact. A new argument comes in and just destroys what I believed in. Okay? It's like right now I have to just burn a version of me for a new version to be born. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think that's the way it is supposed to be. Now, I believed in a religion for the most of my life, and I was very committed to it, very serious about it.
To Shia?
Yeah. You know, the organized religion of Iran. You know, it's like the system, the books, the sources that I had access to, the sources that I read that were admired. It's like I would be more admired, more accepted. It's like the whole system was pushing me toward one direction, and I was abiding by that. And everything just felt great. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like now I'm receiving more supporting ideas, everything makes sense, even if the highest person in charge of this whole thing makes a mistake and turns into a monster. I still believe in the main idea.
The origin.
Yeah, it's like this is what I have accepted. That person is representing it. I'm listening to him. If
that person, you mean the leader of this country, for example?
For example, yeah.
He's claiming.
Yeah, let's just, oh my god, it's just getting too heavy.
Precise?
Yeah, too specific.
Too specific, yeah.
So let's say this person in charge does something wrong.
Am I getting you right? You're saying that you believe in the idea, for example, the Prophet Muhammad, his message, and even though this guy is like a bad representative, I
wouldn't entitle that to
you don't attach this to that, you don't attribute this to that, you don't make them the same. So you separate the two.
This was my instance for like half a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
half a decade, like how many
like
years
since I was 19 until I was like 24.
24. How old are you now?
I'm like 26.
26. Okay. So this shift is happening in the last 2 years.
But it was very gradual.
But now it's getting deep.
Yeah.
Like
that was the notification.
All right.
So
I'm sorry.
For half a decade, I was like, Islam is
the answer.
The answer. It's right. It makes sense. It adds up. And if someone misrepresents it or represents it and then does something wrong to misguide me, I'm not gonna be misguided.
So you don't do taqleed, right? You don't imitate the scholars.
Well, Islam said you have to follow someone.
Islam,
unless you know their everything. It's like if
Islam doesn't say that first.
No,
the scholars say Islam says that you have to follow a scholar. Mm-hmm. This is the word of the scholars. Islam says, hey, don't follow the scholars because they're gonna lead you far from the straight path. Okay, and they're gonna make you a polytheist.
What about ahkam?
The Quran says, "Ma kunna mu'adhibin hatta nab'atha rasula." We're not going to punish you. We're not going to ask anything from you, and we don't want anything from you unless we send forward a messenger. So there has to be this representative. If God doesn't have a spokesperson.
What about the new stuff? It's like this new thing comes
this
up.
New thing has to be defined by the Imam of the time. The scholars of religion. The scholars of religion, they differ amongst one another, and the religion says, hey, if there's division, that's the biggest sign of misguidance. If they allow for division, which is the whole idea of this ijtihad and taqleed thing, they legitimize the differences in their opinions. They come up with different fatwas and they issue different decrees in religion, and they say the prayer of the Friday, for example, as one of the examples. Some of them says that it's forbidden, some of them says it's permissible. Haram and halal, it's the exact opposite. So definitely one of them is wrong, if not both. And Aba Sadiq says the very act of saying this is halal and haram, this is haram. Okay, you're not allowed to represent God.
Yeah.
And we have this narration by Imam Ali alayhi salam. He says, "Ad-dinu lillah," the religion belongs to God. And فَلَا يَقْبَلُ اللَّهُ مِنْ أَحَدٍ الْقِيَامَ بِهِ إِلَّا نَبِيٌّ أَوْ رَسُولٌ أَوْ وَسِيٌّ. God is not going to accept, acting or rising under the name of religion, except if you're a prophet or a messenger or a successor. So these scholars, they're not carrying any of these titles, okay?
Yeah.
So their opinion does not matter, it's not important, and is not to be taken seriously. And in fact, they're the fact that they think that they can represent God reading some books, that means that they're themselves far away from the truth, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
But they say
because it's not reading books.
They said we do it based on the same scriptures and resources.
I was one
we just
of them.
make different conclusions.
I was one of them. Yeah. They're bullshitting.
Yeah, I know.
They're not even good bullshitters. Because we're outside, like I'm the insider that was one of these non-working scholars one day, okay, and I lived with them, okay, and I know that they know nothing about the religion of God, and I can prove it, okay. It's already proven.
You know what I have?
It doesn't need me bringing forward evidence. You can read the narrations. You read the narrations of Muhammad and the family of Muhammad alayhi wasallam. Each imam that you want to pick randomly, okay. You pick one of the pages of the Nahj al-Balagha. You find it's condemning the scholars of religion. And Ibn Abi Talib says, "What are you doing? What the hell it is that you're doing? Just tell me. You don't you see that you have different opinions? How can you How is it possible that you
it existed at the time?
Yeah, they existed, and he says that in this what Abu Bakr and Umar founded and started, adding their opinions and taking the opinions of somebody other than the successors of the Prophet seriously. And obviously, when they open their mouth, you cannot shut them down. It's open. And everybody's now allowed to interpret the Quran. Everybody's allowed to issue fatwas, take homes. He says, "What are you doing?" So many things have changed in that time, and so we're obviously living and experiencing in this country one of the most corrupted understandings and twisted versions of Islam, and it's even worse than Sunnis, not only because it's just worse, okay, but because at the same time that it's worse than Sunnis and what they believe, because the whole ijtihad and taqlid thing in Shia is so it's rooted into our bones. We have to find a scholar now to imitate and do taqlid of. This is it's unbelievable, and now we went as far as giving it the supremacy. They're now allowed to rule. Okay, the supremacy of the jurisprudent, the scholar, which we live under his supremacy now. They attribute this religion to the words of the Ahlul Bayt. Back in the day, there were Sunnis. They were saying Omar said this, and this is the tradition of Omar. This is the religion of Omar and Abu Bakr. We take the Sahaba seriously, okay. And so the Ahlul Bayt, we put them aside. So you could say, okay, these are not with Ahlul Bayt. Now these are the people that claim to love the Ahlul Bayt, claim that they take from the Ahlul Bayt. They say that we believe in the narrations of the Ahlul Bayt, and they operate based on a worse version of what's Omar brought and introduced, and they attribute it to Ali ibn Abi Talib. They say Ali ibn Abi Talib said that we have to fuck you up. I'm sorry. For me, it's
they are told an opposite story.
The exact opposite. Every page that you open from any book, it disproves these people. It's against these people, and there's no way in hell that you can prove that these people have any sort of legitimacy and any right to claim anything in the religion of God. The narrations are all over the place.
You're talking about Sunnis.
I'm talking about the Shia, actually. The Sunnis are they're clear, they're with Omar, so they cannot even understand the difference between Abu Bakr and Ali ibn Abi Talib. Okay, so they have to process this aspect, but we are now dealing with this new type of scholars that say that the religion of Umar and Abu Bakr was because Ali ibn Abi Talib said things. You know what I mean? And this is the religion of Abu Bakr and Umar is exactly the religion of the Prophet Muhammad. And Ahlul Bayt were upon the religion of Umar. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's literally insane.
But
and
isn't
it's unbelievable.
Isn't that the nature of it?
Yeah,
I mean, you have your own society.
You can interpret the text.
You
can take any text out of the context. You can place it in any puzzle that you want to create. You report one piece of narration. Like we have reports from Ali ibn Abi Talib that are one volume. Like it's 700 pages, one incident, one meeting. You take one sentence from that 700 pages, you definitely are taking it out of the context.
Yeah.
And you place it inside your own perception of whatever, and you claim authority and legitimacy. This is what these scholars are doing. And the mere fact that they differ amongst one another, and they have different opinions, and they legitimize that. If they say, hey, I know it, and they don't know it, I would take it. I would listen to it. But these say, hey, I say, and he can say also, and we differ amongst one another. Like, what are you talking about? This is not unity. This is not being under one banner. This is not, like, it's impossible in the system of Iran to be united with you. You know what I mean? We can't be united. We can't be for one another. We can't love one another. We can't serve each other truly.
How so? Because
of the system. And now if you enter upon the religion, you can't be united also because you do Taqlid of Sistani and I do Taqlid of Khamenei, and like we're divided again. And we're more divided, and like Sistani a few days ago issued fatwas that you cannot pray behind the imams of Fridays that take money from the government. And now it's this whole scene now. This is chaos in the media. Hey, Sistani disproves Khamenei. Sistani says the Velat Faqih is batil. The Velat Faqih is bullshit and is false. Is worse than anything else on the planet Earth, and they're fighting and they're causing more chaos in the heads of the Shia, and they now have to contemplate over the different opinions between Khamenei and Sistani. It's like it's a mess. You know what I mean? And I can't really. It's much deeper than what I can say. Like I can go on and talk like 100 hours about the things that they say, the crazy stuff that they say. But I think it's clear. It's just like the Aba Sadiq is clear than the sun.
Come?
These people are clear than the
How come some people believing that, accept it, see the logic behind that,
It's the power of belief.
And do the same thing to you people. It's like, these people in England, they believe in a different version of Islam that has been.
If you want to believe,
they theorize.
If you want to believe in something, you can make up arguments about it. Yeah. There are people that believe that we have the spaghetti monster that is the god of the universe. This spaghetti firm, like it's like it's a weird god. Like it's not even a cow. Like it's not even a. It's a spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like it's
but that's not smart.
Eatable thing.
It would work on people who lived 20,000 years ago. It would work. If you just bring spaghetti,
it's working today.
Back in time, they have never seen it. They accept it. But today people need like better stories.
People don't need better. We have people worshiping weird gods, and they don't want arguments. Yeah, we have logical people
the ones who are
that question everything. Or we have people that are like the last generation of people in this country. They question everything. They doubt everything. We have one of those people. But it's not like I say this one argument and it works for everybody.
Yeah.
You have to talk to people and see what their issue is and how they perceive God and how they make sense of God. Because the God of Aba Sadiq, the God of Muhammad, I can understand. But you need to, obviously the God, although it's the simplest thing, it's the most advanced thing. It's not something that you can't, like you want to understand one thing from this physical world, it takes years for you to understand. So what about God, the creator of everything? He definitely takes forever to understand.
Yeah.
You can't expect to, if there is this energy and there's this wisdom, there's this creator that managed to put us all together and create this thing, which is vast, and we haven't figured out what this is. He's vaster, he's deeper, and it takes more time to understand him.
Yeah.
So you can't expect that, hey, my perception is right, so God is bad or God doesn't exist. You have to give it time. You have to give this case a fair chance. If it's the case of God, if it's the case of Muhammad, if it's the case of Aba Sadiq, if it's God-related matter, you gotta be patient, so to speak.
I have a question that is about me. Okay?
Okay.
What if I don't accept your story? It's like it's like Judaism, other sections of Islam, okay? It's like whatever story they come up with, they come to me with evidence, okay? I say, dude, I cannot know for sure.
Yeah, so
Okay.
don't tell me story, show me evidence.
Show me evidence, right? It's like they say, okay, the universe does this. It's like 10,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, okay? There was this scripture that talks about something that scientists have just discovered.
That's a very good question, and I have a very good answer for you.
Yeah?
You wanna finish your
Absolutely.
question? You wanna finish your question?
What if I logic around it? It's like, okay, you're telling me this.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
You know, it's like Carl Jung said.
Can I
believe so.
speak to you like logically on this case? Can I use logic?
Let me finish. It's like Carl Jung said, or many other people, they say religion was created, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's man-made.
In order to unite people, in order to control them, and it makes perfect sense, because when I tell you you'll go to hell, I just put a big fear inside your brain. And when I like pledge
allegiance.
I promise you heaven, okay?
Okay.
I put this strong desire in you, okay?
Okay.
You have a huge fear and a big desire for something. And the more I make you suffer in this world, your desire for the heaven just grows bigger and bigger. Okay? Perhaps that's the logic behind why religion wants people to suffer.
That's not how Aba Sadiq introduces.
No,
okay?
let me finish my point.
Yeah.
I have this understanding that is original from me, okay? Now the religion says this man is like devious. It's like the Satan has like entered inside him. He's saying bullshit. Let's just kill him. Isn't that the case? Wouldn't you ultimately kill me if I just keep logic around you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you would kill
not.
me.
Absolutely not. Like it's so it's so far away from what he preaches. He says the very first thing of my society.
For yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
The very first requirement for the establishment of the divine state is absolute freedom of religion and freedom of speech and freedom of human rights. These are the basics that even animals should have, not human beings. So you're allowed to have any sort of connection with your God. You're allowed to worship. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do, as long as you're not damaging other people. You're free to do everything. You know what I mean? This is the first thing and first step. As Aba Sadiq introduces it. Yeah. And second, you want something that you want to.
So you have a freedom of speech as long as you don't harm anyone else.
Absolutely.
What if
you're allowed not to accept Aba Sadiq as the covenant barrier of this day and age, as the Imam of the time. As long as you pledge allegiance, every country that you go to, you have to do this pledge of allegiance. You have to agree with that person to a certain degree. You can't not agree with him and enter into his community. You know what I mean? He says, okay, you're a Jew. Come to my religion, come to my kingdom, my state, and I'm going to work by the work of the Torah. I'm going to operate based on the laws of the Torah, because I recognize that book as a divine book. If you're a Muslim, okay, you don't want to be upon my religion. I'm going to operate based. I recognize your Quran, and I'm going to operate based on the hukm of the Quran.
So you're talking about organized religion.
I'm talking about the freedom.
What if I
of
don't
religion.
accept any of them?
Okay, you're an atheist. You're welcome.
No, I'm not
you're
an
more than
atheist.
welcome. Whatever
Yeah.
you are.
Oh, okay, atheist. What are you going to do about atheists?
You are allowed. You're welcomed to our society. We are proud to serve you because you're a human being.
Provided that
you're a human being.
No.
Provided that
what
you're
if
human.
I express how I think?
You are
and
allowed.
it attracts others.
Yeah,
and,
it's
and
good.
And you are
you can
threatened
attract.
by me.
You are threatened. How is the truth threatened by
It's
you?
like there's this community. Okay?
He believes that he's the truth.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm the truth.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to accept me, accepts me. Whoever doesn't, I don't need you.
Uh-huh.
That's his attitude. He says, hey, I have it all. You either want to take it or it's available. You want to come to my society as long as you're not killing everybody, as long as you're not harming everybody. You want to be a deceiver. You want to like whatever you want. You want to express your faith. He says that you have the right to speak your mind, and nobody's allowed to touch you. If his Ansar, if his supporters touch you, he's going to oppose them, not you.
Yeah.
That's his attitude. He's there to defend freedom. And that's the first thing. The second thing is that you want something to hold on to. You want something that's like touchable, that you can understand. You want evidence. Okay, you want more than stories, right?
Mm-hmm. What if I don't want to? That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to. You don't want to. You're not forced. Nobody's forcing you.
Okay, so
but you are going. You have the power now to choose the state that you want to live in. There are people that are not allowing you into their society. For example, you want to go to the UK, you want to have the privileges of a UK citizen. You're not allowed, you're not welcomed in the UK. Mm-hmm. He says, hey, I have a state, these are my principles, I'm gonna work by these laws. If you agree with this, you can pledge allegiance to me and you can come to my state. My doors are wide open. Wherever you are, whatever you are, if you're old, if you're dead, if you're if you don't have a mother, if you don't have a father, if you're poor, especially if you're poor, especially if you're oppressed, especially if you're not allowed to practice the your basic rights in your country, you're more than welcome to come. You have to figure out your way to do so. But if you join me, if you come, if you reach me, my doors are wide open to you. So there's the offer, and you want evidence. I'm telling you, you don't want his God, you don't want his stories, you don't want his knowledge, you don't want his interpretation or whatever. There's this community that's available.
So it's a community.
That its priority is to take care of one another.
That's
you can look at the evidence from a personal perspective. You can look at it from a communal perspective. Personally, I quit smoking cigarette. I don't smoke cigarette, and that's the result of.
Congrats.
And I worked on it for 5. I had worked on it for 5 years. I couldn't quit, and it took me. Aba Sadiq took that thing from that place, from thousands of miles away, in one night. And so I appreciate it. I want to thank him in person. I want to thank him personally because it was the result of spending time with him and him giving me purpose and teaching me how to work with myself. He taught me how to deal with this human body, this thing that I've been given. You know what I mean? Everything that I have, he taught me to deal with myself better. And so as a result, I did that, something that I couldn't have done otherwise. So for me, it's and there are so many other examples that he did to me. Okay, how I treat my kids, how I treat my wife. He taught me that you want God to treat you in a different way. You have to be conscious. You have to be aware to treat others in the same way that you want God to treat you.
Okay, I have something to say about that.
So this is personal, just to finish. This is personal, and in the communal fashion, I investigated and I talked to the people, with 3 different languages: Arabic, English, Persian, that are over there. My students that reached Aba Sadiq, I talked to them before they migrated, and I talked to them after they migrated, and they told me that this is a whole different league. This is like another level of. Community. This is something else. Don't doubt. Do not listen to other people. Just reach this community, and it's the best of the best. So there's the evidence. You want this opportunity. You want to be. And Abu Sadiq doesn't force anything upon anybody. He's just like the most. And this is not his own words. This is the words of a professor of Washington who was a host of Aba Sadiq for 2 weeks, and she gave her honest opinions about Aba Sadiq's community. And she said that his community exceeds all expectations, and like she had never seen such a thing, something like that, and she looked at it through the lens of academic parameters and things like that. So there's the evidence that I have for you, and it's on the ground. It's not about the hereafter. It's heaven on earth. It's heaven already here. Okay, and you it's available. You just gotta reach that society.
You see, something that keeps repeating in my mind. Everything you tell me makes sense. And you say it's like this. I'm like, it's supposed to be like that. Otherwise, people wouldn't come to it. Right.
Yeah.
Now, a while ago we talked about some people who worship crazy stuff like cows and other things. Okay, the reason those communities are small and not growing and just regressing over time is because they are not smartly made. You know what I'm saying? It's like there are too many things. It's like it's too easy to damage it. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy to talk against it. You don't need sources. It's too obvious. Now, and what comes in my mind is that everything you say makes sense, okay? And I see the logic behind that. I'm like, okay, most people need religion for big questions that they have in order to keep at bay very painful journeys, spiritual journeys that just looms large on the horizon whenever they decide to doubt what they already believe in. You know what I'm saying? So they are just given peace. They're just dosed with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a system that's comforting them. It's answering the most fundamental questions. It's making stories about everything they don't know that is beyond their horizon, and they want to know, and it all makes perfect sense. So now, having said all of that, the community grows totally acceptable, totally predictable. Okay, this political figure comes in and supports it. Makes sense. He wants votes, he does that. He talks about some reports that I don't believe in the first place. It's just things that make sense, okay? What I see is control. It's like Emory Tate put it very well when he said, I allow manipulation to see where my enemy wants me to go, and then I break the trap and punish the manipulator, right? It's like, where does this want me to go? It wants me to go somewhere where I am totally obedient by everything it says. You know what I'm saying? That state is admired the most among the members. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that.
Let me finish.
But let me comment on the fact that he, even she said that your community is the most free community. People have the most amount of freedom in the first place. And in one of the episodes, he says that religion was not to restrict; it was to actually offer you true freedom. And God is free, and so to become like God, you gotta be free. God doesn't want you to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God wants you to be free like He is free.
Like free, expose yourself to danger and everything?
It has to be defined. There's a whole episode about it. I'm just giving you my understanding of it. That, hey, this freedom and restriction has to be thought about. You have to think about it. You know what I mean? It's not that simple that you say, hey, this is, you have to obey the Imam of the time, obviously. And the Imam of the time obeys God. And this obedience, when the obedience of God is recognized, there's heaven. Okay, because God is the ruler and God wants best for everything. God is the most perfect and He wants the best for everybody. And nothing like can take from Him. So he has the power to give the best to everything, and He wants to do that. Okay, and the religion is like the doorway to receive the best privileges. And the way to complete yourself. So I'm saying that it has to be defined. It has to be like, it's not that the religion is obedience. It's not what's being preached, even though it's like the first thing. The obedience to the Imam of the time is like at the center. You have to obey the Imam, but you have to also understand this. All right, that's what I'm saying.
You see,
because the purpose is freedom.
I would support it, honestly speaking. Okay.
Support what?
Support this whole idea. It's like it's better than
the project of Aba Sadiq.
Yeah, exactly. It's like right now.
He's like the most juicy thing ever. Yeah.
What do you mean?
He is. His project is so fascinating, and he himself.
It's refined, let's say. It comes. You say it. Everything makes sense. It's stronger. He makes strong points.
Yeah.
Okay, that are solidly
weird positions.
grounded.
Yeah, stances that are unheard of.
Yeah. Okay. What I think is that it's just refined. It's like they took some versions of Islam.
How many videos have you watched?
Solved a couple of.
A couple of?
Yeah.
What do you mean a couple of? Like
a couple of
less
videos.
Than 10 videos?
Yeah, less than 10 videos. Yeah.
Jesus, you have to watch, and you know English.
Bro, you see, the problem is...
Like, I'm not saying that, I'm not judging you.
No, yeah,
I have watched everything that he has produced, like 200 videos. And I know that I have to go through these 200 videos 3 times more. It's like watching, like I watched a bullshit TV show 3 times. I gotta watch these at least 5 times. There's so much in these videos that I'm just missing. I forgot. Like the information is like it's modern English. The first time I read modern English is 400 pages. Okay, 400 pages long, and I had to go through the whole book. Like you read this book how many times? 2 times.
2 times.
And you think if you go through it one more time, it gives you more.
Yes.
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Yeah. It's like 10 times more with Aba Sadiq. Each video, like one video, I watched it 10 times. Each time it was something else.
Yeah.
Okay, and imagine about a podcast, 200 videos. Every topic that he picks, he takes a weird, different opinion that nobody's like. It's a whole other like something that you never thought it was possible.
Yeah.
So. And his logic, the way he starts his argument, the way he continues and he concludes, he summarizes, he concludes, it's just, it's packed with a lot of wisdom and secrets and like weird stuff that you gotta watch. And you yourself, you have an open heart. I strongly recommend you watch every piece of video that he shares.
Well,
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Trust me. If you just, be there. And don't judge it. He says that you have the ability to entertain an idea without fully accepting it. I don't want you to believe in me. He says, I want you to understand. Let's give this case a fair... He says, don't give me a fair chance. Give yourself a fair chance. Okay, yeah. This is an opportunity. The material is available. Give it a fair chance. And if your heart is like, you're feeling like you can't accept this yet, don't accept it. Because that acceptance is not acceptable in the eyes of God. It's a relationship between you and God. If you're not understanding it, you're not allowed to believe in it. And your belief is not a belief. It's not called a belief in the eyes of God. Yeah. So you got to understand it. Whatever you understand it, you take it. Whatever you do not understand it, you wait. Okay?
Yeah.
But the first step is to watch the videos and reading the books, the Mahdi's Manifesto and the Goal of the Wise. And if you're not like you don't want to read the book, just watch the videos. I watched it one by one in the order that he shared. Obviously, I think it's better because he bases the next video upon the last videos, and he refers to the pre-existing videos, the videos that he had shared. So in that sense, it would be better. But even if you go through it randomly, or you just pick whatever topic that seems interesting, I think that also works. That's a starting point. Whatever topic that you seem interested in, and you had already thought about, and it's it's what you think already, because there's so many topics you can pick. But the first step is to just spend time with the man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't make up your mind about something without fully investigating it. He's a man, he has defined himself, he has defined his ideology, his belief systems, his religion, everything is defined. Everything is, everything's been well thought of. And if you just try to, think about and imagine what it is, I think it doesn't work. You gotta give that man proper time to present his case.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, and I clearly see the logic behind that. I'm not really smart. I have an IQ.
You're smart.
I have an IQ well above 130 according to an English test that I took. Okay.
I don't take from that, but you're smart.
I don't take myself as, what can I say?
The smartest in the room?
Yeah, I don't compare. Okay,
that's...
So everything
but
you
you're
say,
pretty capable, obviously. You don't lack anything. You're capable of understanding everything.
Yeah. Have you tried DeepSeek? It's an AI.
No.
No. It has an option, think deep. Okay, when you activate it,
it takes longer.
Yeah, it takes longer. Plus, it shows you the process of thinking. It's like you ask a very simple question, it draws different conclusions and tries to give you a much more thorough response. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just refines what you said and then gives you a better answer. Now that part where it is thinking, okay, is like it's supposed to be in the background, but it's showing you that, okay? While you speak, I see the logic behind that. I see why you accept it. I see why you feel good about it. And I understand all of it, okay? It makes sense to me. I have been there, at my own level, probably not as strong and thoroughly as you have. But I have taken my dose, I know what it feels like.
From what?
It's like religion giving you all the answers that perfectly makes sense, that you relate to every single part of it, and it's just hell of a journey. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So the thing is,
I'm not saying everything makes sense to me or I understand everything, but I'm saying I definitely love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
I had a friend. I still have. I love him. He's a great guy. He's a smoker. He has recently started smoking. So I have a friend who has recently started smoking. Okay. Once he was talking about it, I was like, bro, you made your mind well before you smoke. It's like days and weeks before you lit your first cigarette. You know what I'm saying? You had already made your mind. It's like the time when your friends, it's like he has a couple of close friends who are all smokers. No surprise he ends up a smoker, right? It's like monkey see, monkey do. And it's like when you decide you like these people, you also decide it's okay to smoke. Okay, your brain decides that. Okay, we have system 1 and system 2 is in one of those books. It says that your primary system, your subconscious mind, whatever, it thinks for itself and it decides on its own and communicates with you in the form of emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're in a car. I want to, it's like take over the car in front of me and it becomes dangerous because another car is coming towards us. Everybody shuts down. It's like they're talking, everybody just stops what they're doing. It's like this is the brains communicating it's like we are not giving input to that brain because that brain needs all of its capacity to perform in that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like biological logic behind that, and it's totally scientific. So it's like I give you a paper that has a piece of math problem in it, and when it gets too complicated, you stop walking. While you were walking, you stop walking, and you don't hear anything. It's like your brain shuts down on its own all the inputs. You know what I'm saying? So there is a system that decides on its own. And it happens in regular basis all the time. I told him, you decided to smoke days and weeks before you lit your first cigarette.
Because you chose these people.
You had already made your mind, right? So, if I decide that I'm going to go after God, that is my instance, okay? The world will represent me with a system that I can be compatible with. You know what I'm saying? No doubt I will find it. There is a supplier for what I want. It's like someone else before me. It's like there are 10 billion people on earth, okay? Someone has detected that demand and has made the product. I just need to go and find it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have already made your mind to look for God, find Him, find a system in which He is communicating with you in a better way, everything makes more sense, know that you will find it, okay? Now, my instance, my belief is that those who in power, okay, I want to say something that would definitely get me killed, but I want to say it because I'm an idiot. I believe that those in power have concluded that we need religion in order to control some people, and nothing like religion can insert fear, the strongest fear ever, and the best desire in people for them to abide by our rules. You know, for them to like be controlled by us. It's like we need religion, and I'm okay with that. I accept
exactly what Aba Sadiq says.
I accept that
about the reason why this country and its government is being punished, because they're using the name of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam to control the people, control the masses. They're using the name of religion.
The same goes for other societies.
To control, and obviously, but they're messing up with a living imam who hadn't been, messed around with.
Yeah.
And you're cracking that door, and you're setting a precedent, and it's just it's the reason why this country is going through these many things, economic issues, conflicts in the region, like this humiliation and this lack of communication that we have with the rest of the world is the result of us participating and choosing and enjoying the state of the scholars and allowing them to destroy the religion of God and turn it into a religion of terrorism, and allowing them for being these like extremists and fundamentalists, like treating and allowing them to have these weapons, making decisions in the Middle East and for the fate of other nations, helping other nations go to war against
because they are originally their agent here, and that's what I believe in.
Whatever it is, it's the most evil, demonic, satanic state that you can ever come up with.
How come they say
and he says it openly,
exact thing about any other religion that is not them?
Yeah,
it's like Aba they are this. They say the same thing.
Aba has a clear stance. He says everybody, and he doesn't exclude anyone. He says everybody's false other than the choice of God. But they don't say that everybody's wrong. They say that these people are right. For example, like some of the Arab countries. He deals with Putin. He deals with China sometimes. He deals with these Sunnis. Some of them, he doesn't deal with some of them. and he gives weapons to other nations. He openly does things that go against his own basic foundations. For example, one day he says that people have to. Democracy is a respected method by which you govern the people, and it's already proven. And and he offered to the Palestinians to try to test this system of rulership, democracy. And the other day he comes and says the people don't have the power to comprehend certain topics, and they don't have the ability to analyze. And we can't have like this referendum. What do we call it in English? We can't have this, this voting process over the supremacy of the jurisprudence. That is already settled, and that's already, we can't touch that. And people can't understand that topic and its necessity, so we can't take their opinions seriously. So either it's the supremacy of God or the supremacy of people. Okay, if the supremacy of people is legitimized, it's not the supremacy of God. But you're not even that. You're not the supremacy of people even. You're nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they say that Aba Sadiq does the same thing or says the same thing or the exact same thing as Khamenei and Khomeini did. I disagree with that. I totally, utterly disagree with that. He's coming with a totally different religion. His essence is different. The way he operates is different. It's like he starts everything is backwards. Like we have ahkam, we have the sharia, we have the laws, we have the imam, we have the rulership, we have everything exists. But just like we have in English, we say that, hey, you don't have to go through vocabulary, grammar, listening, speaking, accent. It's the opposite. It's accent, speaking, listening, grammar, vocabulary.
Yeah.
You have to.
That makes more sense.
You have to do it backwards, and it's like you're doing the opposite. Like if you go through the vocabulary and then grammar and then listening, it's gonna be 10 years, and you're never gonna learn
Sound
English.
comes first, yeah.
And if you do it that way, you learn it in 6 months, and it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So we're saying speaking, and he says speaking, but like we're placing it in a different map, in a different position. We treat speaking differently.
Yeah.
And so now I'm not comparing Khamenei and Aba Sadiq even in that regard, because they're not even saying the same words. Okay, so he's totally, utterly, entirely, drastically, dramatically, different. He's just different, and you gotta understand, contemplate over the differences that he's introducing.
Still, I argue around it in my mind.
Yeah, your mind you have to give your mind information to process. You can't, as I said, you can't think about it. You have to listen to it and then judge his words.
If I want to believe in it, okay. Let's say, as an analogy, if I want to be dosed with that drug, I know this one will make perfect sense. Everything works, everything is just, it's like beyond my calculations, it has calculated.
Absolutely, exactly.
So, now
you're surprised every day.
Now, something that prevents me from accepting it, okay, is this fundamental belief that organized religions are the product of power who has all access to technology and everything, right? It's like I have access to technology, science, scientists, scholars, everyone, okay? I tell them, and it's very easy, I tell them, come up with a system that works this way, okay? Now, the religion that came before Islam, okay, was not as refined as Islam. The religion that came before that, again, not as refined, as complete. This is what Islam said. It says, religion by and by became more refined, made more sense, was more comprehensive, and stuff like that. Now you shouldn't drink because it's harmful. It's like, but we were allowed to drink, now you're not. Okay? It makes sense. I understand that. Okay?
And about that, that's
they drink? The Aba Sadiq drink?
I'm not saying Aba Sadiq drinks.
The people. Saying, is it okay with it?
It's permissible. It's for sure.
It's like the use of alcohol
and drugs.
Okay, that's great. Now
I don't know if it's great. He says that if you overuse anything,
you just gave.
He says that even in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's not like the Prophet Muhammad says, "Hey, don't drink," and then nobody should drink.
Oh yeah, that's the
story. The society didn't have the capacity to. They didn't know where to stop. So the Prophet said, "Hey, I'm going to be with you for 23 years.
For now, stop that so you can listen to me."
Yeah, and the religion works by abrogated and non-abrogated laws. We have nasikh and mansukh. The Prophet says, "Do this now," and then he abrogates it later on. He says he changes it accordingly, and the religion comes smoothly. God doesn't force His chosen laws, the thing that He wants ultimately from you, the first thing. He gives you time to process it, so that the religion enters your heart, and it be established in you, and then you slowly change yourself and change your habits and your whatever's, and it's done through the words of the Imam of the time. The Imam knows individuals and he knows the community. So, for example, he says homeschooling. He says homeschooling is the best thing now. Because in schools they teach stuff that kids shouldn't learn about, or they don't teach stuff that they should teach. So I'm not saying it is obligatory that you homeschool, because
it's
a lot of people but it's absolutely recommended.
Yeah.
Okay, and he says and a lot of other things. So the tone that the Prophet had at that time, we don't know it, but the tone of this messenger of this day and age is absolutely clear that it just makes sense.
Yeah, it must have been like this.
It should have been, and at that time the Prophet sees a problem in the society, he makes a decision, he says, "Don't do this," and the scholars say, "Hey, this is applied even today." Maybe not, maybe you're not, you don't know, maybe it's abrogated, okay, but you don't know it, you make decisions, you issue decrees and fatwas, and the Ghaim comes and you fight against him because his fatwa and his decree is different than yours. This is exactly what's narrated in the narrations of Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. The reason why the scholars of religion fight against Imam al-Mahdi is because he comes with fatwas and decrees that are different from the previous fatwas of the scholars of religion, because they made up their mind about it, and they use their own intuition and their own opinions. This is sharibtum bisafwikum kadarahum. It says in the Arabic words that there's this pure water, there's this zulal water, there's this something that's like clean, and they muddy the water, and they indoctrinate the people with their own intuition and interpretation. So this is not the religion. The religion is operating differently, entirely differently. It's something else. And people, they think it's a set rule, it doesn't change. It's not like that. It's a flowing water. It's different.
I understand that. Let me put it this way. What if I am infected with a virus that prevents me from ever accepting a religion, no matter how intelligently it is made?
You can, but I don't know. I'm not gonna.
No, you see,
obviously, this if that you mentioned, I don't know the answer to, but I think that if you don't follow the evidence and if you're not logical, I'm saying there's a better society. You don't want to accept اباصادق as a divinely appointed leader, as somebody who's a representative of God. That's fine.
I would contribute to the good things they do.
Offering. Bravo. Exactly. That's what you should do. You shouldn't close. I think that the least that you should do is allow yourself to entertain ideas without fully accepting it. As long as it makes sense, you're like, it's like somebody like me, that I say something that makes sense, you say that's a good thing. That's like, I like that, I accept that, I take that. If you understand it and if it's logical, don't say no. If that guy is saying something that you don't understand it, or you think that's not logical, you can allow yourself, you can give yourself more time to think about it, or you can reject it. But I'm saying that, hey, there's a better society, okay? There's a better society. Other societies are operating weirdly. They're not functioning. They're failure systems. If it's communism, if it's capitalism, if it's socialism, if it's the supremacy of the jurisprudence, if it's the monarchy of the UK, if it's the democracy of the US, if it's whatever else of the wherever, you know, they don't make any sense to me. The system that Aba Sadiq introduces, which is called Ahmadism, his economic system, that makes sense to me.
It's a type of theocracy.
It's whatever it is. I don't name call anything. I'm not familiar with these terms. These
It's like theocracy is religion taking over the power. That's definitely simply. The religion, we say the head of the state has to be the head of the religion. That's simple. You. So it's a theocracy.
It's a theocracy. In that sense, it's absolutely a theocracy. We give all the power of this world and the other world to Aba Sadiq. We say, you're the guy. We take from you, you lead us, you distribute, you order us, you command, we follow. Okay, and we operate based on your commands and your system. You place us in your society, and he allows sometimes freedom. He sometimes puts restrictions, and we abide by it because we believe that law and a leader, they have to exist. There's no escape. Every society has to have a leader. Every society has to operate based on, with a set of laws. You cannot skip that, so to speak. There has to be an order, a set of rules that everybody agrees upon. And for us, the rules of Aba Sadiq makes more sense. His system is more productive. He allows more freedom. He gives you more rights, and he respects you more. You're more respected in the society. If you lose something, you're not worried because they take care of you. They care about you, and the priority is the other. The other is first. The mindset of a society is the other first. So they fight over taking care of one another. They fight over sharing meals with one another. They desperately, if they don't eat unless they eat collectively, okay? They all have to eat.
It's beautiful.
If one person suffers, the others take care of it. So I want my kids to live in that society. I want myself to live in that society. I can unite with you, as I said, even though we agree on a lot of things. But the economic system and the way that everything is set, doesn't allow any room for us to have a productive, meaningful contribution and connection with one another. But in his community, as far as I investigated, and it's been a year of my life, and obviously I'm a sincere person in my investigation, and I'm not lying to you. But my investigation revealed to me that, hey, this choice is a much better choice. I'm willing to take all the risks just to take my kids over there and help them reach that community.
Well, that's beautiful, and I understand the logic behind that. And so far, I haven't heard any signs of you seeing from my point of view. Okay?
You doubt everything. I think that's your point of view. You doubt it.
Not that I doubt everything.
You're not sure about it all, I think. You're one step, what do I say? How do I say it? I think you're trying to look at everything from a wider perspective. And I'm an insider, and you're not an outsider, and you're way outside.
Very well put.
And you're way above where I am. Yeah, I'm deeply religious and into it, and I get it because I can't really. I'm so into it. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it that I don't want to lose it. I don't want to come outside with you. I want to be in there.
That makes
sense. I play with the characters. I love Aba Sadiq. I have his pictures. I do crazy stuff that religious people do. I never thought I would be doing these things, but I'm loving it, and for me it makes sense. For you, I think that if the case of Aba Sadiq wants to do anything to you, you got to give it time. But everybody has to go through their own life on their own, and they have to think their thoughts on their own. So you have definitely a lot of stuff to think about and figure out. I'm not saying I'm ahead of you or you're behind or whatever. I'm not comparing anything. I'm just saying you have some questions that might take years to find the answers for, or days or hours even, or seconds. You know, it depends on you, it depends on God, it depends on so many things. But I think you're in a good place. You know, you're a truth seeker. You're not against logic. You don't want to prove that Aba Sadiq is a liar, or you don't want to go against the truth. You're just, you do not understand it.
All I'm saying is that I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very, Muhammad says that's
harmless.
That's a very good statement. That's a very honest, true statement. I don't know. And I'm telling you, I don't know either. I don't know what the hell it is that I'm doing. and I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
So we're no different in that regard. And it's a very good thing to realize that actually you don't know. So you investigate, you read more, you study more. God, His knowledge is never ending. So you never know. There's something to learn. Like always there's something to learn. So that recognition, that, you know, recognizing that you don't know is the first step towards knowing. And is the first step towards evolution and improvement and development. And I respect your attitude, to be honest with you. And it was one of the best conversations. I'm being honest with you. One of the best conversations that I've had over the last year. And it was so productive. It was so productive. It was so meaningful. We respected each other. You know, I respect your opinion. You respected my opinion. We gave each other, you know, respect, and I respect that. You know what I mean? We don't see that often. So it comes from you. Something is in you that allows for real conversations to take place. So you're obviously a truth seeker, because otherwise we wouldn't have been fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you
it's like I have accepted this.
We're not here to convince each other. We're just here to talk. We're just here to share, and we successfully, I think, shared.
Yeah.
And I understand that I don't understand you.
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was beyond my expectations.
You loved it. You liked it. Because I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the conversation, and I'm still the same person that I was before we started speaking, but now I have a better understanding of the dynamics of this religion. I'm like, if people are going to accept a religion and they do their research, and they come to me and ask me which one do you recommend, and I cannot recommend mine, because I would talk about it later, why I don't recommend mine. If I have to recommend one, this would be the one, because this is like, it makes more sense. It's less harmful. It has solved a lot of the bugs that the other ones have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would recommend this one, absolutely, and I say it with an honest heart, really. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I appreciate the time, energy, and the kindness that you put into making this happen.
You set it up.
The honor is mine, really.
That's one of the best setups. One of the.
Thank you.
I loved it.
I appreciate it. Thanks. So I
shake
think
hands.
this is the time for shaking hands. Yeah, it was
wonderful.
Yeah, we did it at the same time, which was great. So.